Hey guys, this is day 3 of our video math lessons. We're on Wednesday, page 271, numbers 1 through 3. It looks like this page in your math book. I sent a picture of it to our GroupMe. If I were you, I would go ahead and copy down all the problems on a piece of notebook paper. That way you're not trying to look back and forth between the picture and watch the video. But we're going to do numbers 1 through 3. And this is a good review for our daily grade tomorrow. So, number 1 says round these temperature readings to the nearest whole degree. So A says 63.5 degrees. Now, because it's 0.5, we round up to 64 degrees. On B, they give you 19 3/4 degrees. Well, 3/4 as a decimal is 0.75. And that will make us round up to 20 degrees. Now you have 6 other problems on number 1 to work, just rounding. All right, number 2 says, convert these temperatures, if necessary, round to the nearest whole degree. All right, you've got to be careful on these because some of them are Celsius to Fahrenheit and some of them are Fahrenheit to Celsius. So you have to make sure you're paying attention and using the right formula. So back to A. 65 degrees Celsius equals what degree Fahrenheit? So these are our 2 formulas. We're looking for Fahrenheit and they gave us Celsius. So this is the formula we're going to use for A. So I have 9/5. They told us Celsius was 65 degrees. Remember, if they're side by side, it means they're being multiplied, plus 32. Our order of operations tells us that I multiply first, and I have to make this a fraction. I like to reduce before I multiply, so 5 will go into both of these numbers. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 65 divided by 5 is 13. Now, 13 times 9. 3 times 9 is 27. 1 times 9 is 9, plus 2 is 11. So I have 117. 1 times 1 is 1. Now, that just equals 117. And I can't forget about my plus 32 here. So I have 149 degrees Fahrenheit for A. 65 degrees Celsius is 149 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, now let's look at B. 212 degrees Fahrenheit equals what degree Celsius? Okay, I'm going to use this formula because they gave me Fahrenheit and I'm looking for Celsius. Okay, so I have 5/9. Fahrenheit was 212 degrees. All right, now I'm going to subtract first because it's inside the parentheses. 2 minus 2 is 0. Can't do 1 minus 3, so I borrow. 11 minus 3 is 8. Bring down my 1. Okay, so I have 5/9. Parentheses means multiply. 180. Now I have to make this a fraction, so I put a 1 under it. I can reduce these two. 9 will go into both of them. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 180 divided by 9 is 20. 5 times 20 is 100. 1 times 1 is 1. 100 over 1 is just 100 degrees Celsius. So 212 degrees Fahrenheit is 100 degrees Celsius. Now, if you'll remember back to Monday's lesson in our yellow box, we know that the boiling point of water is 212 degrees Fahrenheit and 100 degrees Celsius. All right, you have 7 more problems to work on number 2. Try to do it without looking back, but if you need to watch a video or look back on your work from Monday or Tuesday, you can. This is good practice for our daily grade tomorrow. Make sure you're paying attention to whether it's Celsius to Fahrenheit or Fahrenheit to Celsius and use the correct formula for those problems. All right, the last one you have to do is number 3, solve for x. Okay, let's see. Let's pick a good one. Let's do b together. So we have x over 6 equals 2 cubed. Now, I don't know if you remember, we take this number and we write it this many times. So we have 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So 2 cubed is 8. We have x over 6 equals 8. Now, we're trying to get x by itself, so we do the opposite. Now, that's being divided, so the opposite of dividing is multiplying. I should have put a dot there instead of an x. If I do it to one side, I do it to the other. These 6's cancel out, so I'm left with x on this side. 8 times 6 is 48. So x equals 48. Now remember, if you want to check your work, you plug it back in. So I have 48 over 6 equals 2 cubed. Now we already figured out that 2 cubed was 8, and 48 divided by 6 is 8. So we did that correctly. 48. All right, that was B on number 3. You have 3 other problems to work on number 3, and then you're done.